Every photo you've ever taken. Every email you've ever sent. Every document you've ever saved. Most people imagine all of it floating safely somewhere inside something called the cloud. It sounds weightless, invisible, almost magical. But the uncomfortable truth is that there is no magical cloud. Your digital life lives inside enormous industrial buildings filled with millions of computers running every second of every day. These facilities consume vast amounts of electricity, water, land, construction materials, and billions of dollars in investment just to keep your files available whenever you tap a screen. The monthly subscription you pay is only a small part of the story. Behind every backup, every movie stream, every AI conversation, and every online photo album is a hidden cost carried by power grids, local communities, engineers, and natural resources across the world. The internet has spent decades convincing us that everything digital is invisible. The reality is exactly the opposite. Today, we're uncovering the hidden cost of storing your life in the cloud, and why the internet is far more physical than most people realize. The phrase cloud computing became popular during the early 2000s because it simplified an incredibly complex system. Instead of explaining networks, servers, storage arrays, and global infrastructure, companies introduced a simple image of a cloud. It made technology feel effortless. Files no longer lived on your computer. They simply existed somewhere else. But somewhere else turned out to be one of the largest construction projects in modern history. Behind every cloud storage service are gigantic data centers, packed with server racks stretching farther than most people would imagine. These machines operate 24 hours a day without stopping, because somewhere in the world someone is always watching a movie, uploading a vacation photo, sending an email, attending an online meeting, or asking an AI assistant a question. Global data creation has exploded into hundreds of zettabytes, and that number continues to grow every single year. Smartphones capture higher resolution videos than ever before. Businesses store decades of records digitally. Security cameras record continuously. Social media platforms receive millions of uploads every hour. Artificial intelligence systems process unimaginable amounts of information. Every one of those activities creates more demand for storage. That demand has pushed the world's largest technology companies to invest tens of billions of dollars building massive facilities across North America, Europe, Asia, and many other regions. Most people drive past these buildings without realizing what they are. Many are intentionally designed to look ordinary from the outside. No giant logos. No windows revealing what's inside. Just highly secured buildings quietly powering the digital lives of billions. The question isn't whether cloud storage works. It clearly does. The real question is whether we truly understand what it costs. Here's the first hidden reality that most people never think about. Data centers don't simply consume electricity to power computers. They must constantly fight heat. Every server generates heat while processing information. And when thousands or even hundreds of thousands of servers operate together, temperatures can rise rapidly. If that heat isn't controlled, equipment can fail within minutes. That's why cooling systems are just as important as the computers themselves. Some facilities circulate chilled air through carefully designed corridors. Others use sophisticated liquid cooling systems that remove heat far more efficiently. In many regions, especially warmer climates, cooling can require enormous quantities of water. Public sustainability reports from several major technology companies show that some facilities consume millions of gallons of water annually, particularly where evaporative cooling systems are used. This has become a growing topic of public debate in regions already facing water shortages or recurring droughts. Local communities sometimes question whether expanding digital infrastructure should compete with agriculture, households, and ecosystems for limited water supplies. What makes this even more surprising is that the photo you uploaded 5 years ago hasn't simply disappeared into storage forever. Cloud systems are designed for reliability. Your data remains available every hour of every day because servers continue operating around the clock. Those old vacation pictures, forgotten documents, and videos you haven't watched in years still occupy physical storage devices that require electricity, cooling, maintenance, monitoring, and periodic replacement. Even memories you rarely think about continue carrying a small energy footprint every single day. Individually, it seems insignificant. Multiplied by billions of users, the scale becomes extraordinary. And remarkably, that's only the beginning. Most people believe deleting a file means it instantly disappears forever. Reality is far more complicated. Cloud providers prioritize reliability above almost everything else. To protect against equipment failures, cyber attacks, natural disasters, or unexpected outages, providers often maintain multiple encrypted copies of customer data across geographically separated facilities. This practice, known as redundancy, ensures that if one location experiences a serious problem, another copy can continue serving users without interruption. Depending on the service and its architecture, a file may temporarily exist in several physical locations while systems synchronize updates and maintain resilience. It's one of the reasons cloud services have become remarkably dependable. But it also means that a single file can involve more infrastructure than most users ever imagine. Then there's another hidden layer that rarely enters everyday conversation. Many people assume the internet is almost entirely wireless because phones connect through Wi-Fi or mobile networks. Yet for the overwhelming majority of its journey, your information travels through physical cables. Nearly all international internet traffic moves through thousands of miles of fiber optic cables resting on the ocean floor. These cables connect continents, carry financial transactions, video calls, streaming services, research data, and cloud storage requests every second of every day. Engineers spend years planning their routes. Specialized ships carefully install them across the seabed. Repair crews remain on standby because a damaged cable can disrupt communications across entire regions. At the same time, countless underground fiber networks connect cities, neighborhoods, businesses, and data centers around the world. The cloud feels invisible because nearly all of its infrastructure is hidden beneath streets, oceans, mountains, and heavily secured facilities that very few people will ever enter. Out of sight became out of mind. Yet without these physical systems, the modern internet would stop almost instantly. But electricity and water aren't the biggest hidden cost. The next expense affects something almost everyone depends on every day, and demand is increasing faster than many experts predicted. As artificial intelligence, cloud computing, video streaming, line gaming, remote work, and connected devices continue expanding, electricity demand from data centers is rising rapidly across many countries. Energy analysts have warned that digital infrastructure could become one of the fastest-growing sources of electricity consumption during the coming decade if current trends continue. This doesn't mean the internet is suddenly becoming unsustainable. It means society is asking more from digital infrastructure than ever before. Every new AI model requires powerful computing resources. Every higher-resolution video demands more storage and processing. Every connected device continuously exchanges information with servers somewhere across the globe. For nearby communities, new data centers can bring jobs, investment, tax revenue, and improved infrastructure. But they can also require additional power transmission lines, electrical substations, and significant planning to ensure local grids remain reliable. These developments often lead to discussions about balancing economic growth with environmental responsibility. Imagine an ordinary family. Someone streams a television show in the living room. Another person backs up thousands of smartphone photos. A child plays an online multiplayer game. A smart security camera records activity outside the house. Voice assistants answer questions throughout the day. Cloud-connected appliances synchronize updates automatically. None of these individual actions feels energy-intensive. Each takes only seconds or minutes. But now multiply that household by billions of people around the world using similar technologies every day. Suddenly, tiny digital actions become one of the largest infrastructure systems humanity has ever built. The cloud doesn't expand one file at a time. It expands 1 billion users at a time. As the scale becomes clearer, another important truth begins to emerge. Cloud computing itself isn't inherently harmful. In many situations, centralized data centers are actually significantly more energy efficient than having millions of separate businesses operate their own smaller server rooms. Large facilities can optimize cooling, improve equipment utilization, reduce waste, and invest in technologies that smaller organizations simply cannot afford. That's one reason so many companies have migrated their operations to professional cloud providers. The challenge isn't necessarily the technology itself. The challenge is scale. Society's appetite for digital services continues growing faster than almost anyone anticipated. Recognizing this, many technology companies have begun investing heavily in renewable electricity, advanced cooling technologies, recycled water systems where appropriate, liquid cooling solutions, artificial intelligence to optimize energy use, and increasingly efficient computer chips that perform more calculations while consuming less power. Some operators are experimenting with locating facilities in cooler climates where natural temperatures reduce cooling needs. Others are partnering with renewable energy developers to support wind and solar generation. Governments in several regions have also introduced reporting requirements, efficiency standards, and sustainability initiatives aimed at improving transparency around environmental performance. Progress is happening, but so is demand. The race isn't simply about building greener infrastructure. It's about keeping pace with a world that creates more digital information every single second. Perhaps the biggest hidden secret isn't that companies have quietly built giant warehouses filled with servers. It's that convenience has disconnected consumers from the physical reality supporting every digital action. We rarely think about where our files live because the technology works so well. A photo uploads in seconds. A movie begins instantly. An AI response appears almost immediately. That seamless experience hides an extraordinary chain of engineering stretching across continents. Every click depends on infrastructure. Every upload requires electricity. Every backup relies on machines operating somewhere in the background. Every cloud has a building beneath it. The next time you upload another family photo, archive another year of memories, or ask an AI assistant a question, remember that the cloud isn't floating above us. It's grounded firmly on Earth. It's powered by electricity generated somewhere on the grid. It's cooled by sophisticated engineering. It's connected by fiber optic cables stretching beneath oceans and across continents. It's protected by thousands of engineers, technicians, security specialists, and construction workers who keep these systems running every hour of every day. None of this means we should stop using cloud services. Modern life depends on them, and they have transformed communication, education, healthcare, science, business, and entertainment in remarkable ways. But understanding the hidden infrastructure behind our digital world allows us to appreciate both its incredible achievements and its growing responsibilities. The real question isn't whether cloud storage is worth using. The real question is whether technology companies should make the environmental impact of our digital lives more visible, helping users understand the true resources behind every upload, every stream, and every backup. We'd love to hear what you think. Should cloud services display the energy or environmental footprint of your digital storage, just like nutrition labels help people understand what's inside their food? Share your thoughts in the comments because your perspective could shape an important conversation. And if you enjoy uncovering the hidden systems quietly shaping our everyday lives, consider subscribing for more global exposes. In our next investigation, we'll follow another invisible network that powers the modern world.